Hello everybody and welcome to another Boost Lee video. Today I wanted to record something and just bring something to the attention that we had Barbara in our hospitality community Facebook group ask last week. It's something that is becoming really apparent and it's happening more and more, especially with the hospitality industry getting even bigger, especially online bookings and all these websites and affiliates are now popping up. And Barbara posted a great question and just to make everybody aware last week about this. So I found my guest house business on an online travel agency with inflated prices. One of our guests last week was annoyed when he found out that he'd been charged £20 per night over what we quote. This agency booked a stay through Expedia and pocketed the difference. I have checked it for it myself and found that we're currently charging £25 per night extra. So the business and the website in question is Travel by Inspire. Now this is not just going to focus on these guys because they are one of thousands out there who are doing this, but it's just for you as the hospitality owner to make sure that you are aware of the situation and what you can do to solve this problem. If you find that you are on one of these websites like Travel by Inspire for example, and you find that your rates and your images are out of date or too much, this is the solution on what you can do. So first and foremost, we'll start back in the Facebook post. Travel by Inspire. So what I've done is I've not used Barbara's property as an example. What I've done is I've gone and done a little bit of work with the Riviera Hotel in Whitby with Emma. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go on and basically I started from scratch over the last few days and I've solved the solution. So I wanted to go from scratch, basically record what I've done, and hopefully anybody watching this, you can do the same. And if you find that you're on one of these websites, this is what you can do. So I've done the search for Whitby. Very random date, just 2 nights at the start of July. Didn't want to go too far into the season just in case we won't be able to find your property. My advice, if you are doing this, put in the dates that you guarantee that you know that you've got rooms available, because otherwise you won't come up in these search results and you'll be none the wiser. So once you've done the search, I've gone to travelbyinspire.co.uk. I've done a search of like a very generic search for Whitby, and then I want to narrow it down even more. So I'm just going to type in the name of the property, and as you can see here, Riviera Guesthouse comes up with this price. Now I've contacted Emma before I did this and I double checked on the rate, and as confirmed by Emma and as Barbara put in her post, this is round about £20-30 more than what they are charging when guests book on their website. So this is even £30-40 more than what the rate is on Expedia. So this isn't even like it's an offline rate where you've got a cheaper rate for guests who book directly with you via your own website with a code. This is the rate that's on all the OTAs. So you can imagine it, if you're a guest and you come onto one of these websites, you start your search on Google, for some reason you bypass booking.com, Expedia, and it has been done, and you go to one of these sites and you have searched here, you get this price, you think you've got a good deal, but when really you're spending more. And what happened with Barbara, when the guest arrived and they found out they've spent more money than what they should, that instantly gets their back up, and again it just makes your life a little bit harder. So here's what you do. We found that Riviera is on this website. The rate is too much, it's old pictures. What I did yesterday is I called them. I called this company and I got through to a sales guy who put me through to admin, and they explained that what they do is that they work, it's called bed banking. So what they do, they work with loads of other partners, and it could be one website they get the information from, it could be a lot, but what you got to ask them is, if you see your information on this website, you call them and just say, what website have you got my information from? and on their system it will tell you. So when I asked Inspire, they said that they got all their data, they scraped all of their information from a website called Total Stay. Total Stay, if you can imagine a chain or a totem pole, Travel by Inspire is right at the bottom. The second on the totem pole would be Total Stay. Now, somebody in the group, Kevin in the group, commented below that Total Stay have been acquired by Jack Travel recently. Jack Travel are a bigger company, and Total Stay has been purchased by him recently. So what Total Stay is again, it's one of these websites where guests can book through them, and they put a little bit of a cost on. Basically, they're a travel agency, same as what Travel Inspire, but a little bit further up. So I called them. I said, listen, where have you got your information from? And again, they say they work with many affiliates, but the one that they have got all their information through is Expedia. So basically, this is third up on the totem pole. This is quite high up. So when you join these online travel agents like Expedia, like Booking.com, they don't just hedge their bets that guests are going to land on these websites to complete a booking. They work with hundreds of affiliates, thousands of affiliates all over the world. I mean, Booking.com, for example, is a part of Priceline. And Priceline is the overall company that owns hundreds of different websites, like Agoda, for example. That is a part of the Priceline chain, which is Booking.com. Expedia, they own Hotels.com. They own loads of other different websites, and they're always acquiring more and more and more. So this is the thing. If you've ever joined any of these websites, Expedia or Booking.com, you've got to understand that your information will be outsourced to other websites to get more bookings in. This is what you can do to fix it, though. I called Expedia on behalf of the Riviera Guesthouse, and I had a chat with somebody there. And I went quite high up, spoke to a few people, and they basically said to me that any information that you see along the internet, whether it's on a website like Jack Travel or Total Stay or Travel by Inspire, the rates and the pictures need to be the same. So I asked, well, how come this website is getting away with charging this? So what happens is when affiliates sign on with Expedia, they may sign on for just 6 months or for a year, or they might just sign on for a few months. But basically what happens is that a company will get all the data sent to them. So Expedia will have sent this information to Total Stay, and then Total Stay will have sent it to Travel by Inspire, and they do it just via what's called XML. In simple terms, it just means that they, in real time, have just sent the information, the prices, the name, the date, the photos, everything to this company, and then they've sent it on. Now this should always be updated. So when you update your Expedia account, whether it's via your booking manager, Avivo, Free to Book, etc., and Expedia gets updated, these websites should be automatically updated as well. Sometimes what happens is affiliate programs expire, data gets corrupted, or it just doesn't happen. And when you notice that, if you come across, so you say today you go and do a search and you find yourself on one of these websites, you have to let Expedia know. You have to go to the root of the problem and tell them, because what they are now doing behind the scenes, their admin team, is that they are establishing what link there is between Expedia and Travel by Inspire. Now, if it looks like the affiliate scheme has stopped, then what they will do is that they will cut off the link. So you go to Expedia and like I did yesterday, and I said, listen, there's this website here, the rates are all wrong, the images are all wrong. Now Expedia are working on that, and they are going to either make sure that Travel by Inspire update the rates so it's more aligned to what Expedia are charging, and they're going to make sure that the images are correct, or it'll just disappear. Now this is the top of the totem pole, is that Expedia have got all of this information from Avivo, because Riviera Guesthouse are with Avivo, and as part of being on that platform, you automatically get a listing with Expedia. Now this isn't Avivo's fault, this isn't Expedia's fault, you know, it's just information that's got out and that is out of date. Now the trouble is that yes, there are places out there, travel agents, you know, who are offering your property for a higher rate. You know, back in the day before online bookings was so popular, you know, you used to walk into a Thomas Cook or you used to walk into any travel agent, and you would always used to book a holiday, a package holiday abroad with them, you know, and they would obviously pocket the extra commission. Nowadays, with websites and online bookings being so popular and literally anybody can do it, you don't have to rely on these companies as much now. For you as the hotel owner, you just got to be aware that what rates are being offered online. And if a guest comes to you and brings this to you, then you just got to act on it. And you know, it took me 20-30 minutes yesterday to start from here to get to here, to this issue being solved. So I recommend you doing the same. At the end of the day, if the guests were more educated and know, instead of going through all of this faff, they don't have to go to here, they don't have to go to here, they don't have to go to here, they don't even have to go to here. All they need to do is have to go to your website, and they can either book through you directly, give you a call, or send you an email. That's literally what they need to do. So it's more educating the guest than it is anything else. It's educating the public, but that's going to take time. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But in the meantime, what you have to do is you just got to be aware that there are websites out here like Inspire. And again, this is not just me shaming on Inspire. I'm sure if you were to do a search now, there'd be loads of other websites who are offering or doing something similar, just purely because of the affiliates and the schemes that they have, partnerships that they've come on board with places like Expedia. So you just got to be aware of it and follow these steps, and you got to stop it right from the root of the problem, and just make sure that these companies aren't exploiting your guests. So I hope this helped. I hope this explains. Again, thank you to Emma for letting me use Riviera as an example, and Barbara for posting the question in the Hospitality Community Facebook group. If you are watching this and you are not part of the group, it's facebook.com/hospitality owners. Come and join us.